I was in Costco the other day getting some things that I needed for a workshop I was going to be leading, or think I'm going to be leading. Who knows at this point? But I was there early, which usually means there's empty spaces and room to move around. But today was like so crowded, so busy. I didn't know what was going on. And I went in and I was just browsing, but it was jam packed. It was like the day before Christmas or something, Thanksgiving time. It was bustling. And it really took me a while to get like, what's going on in here? And what's in these? There was toilet paper in everybody's carriages. And I was like, what is happening? It took me a moment to get like, oh, right, this is our primitive systems in place. The virus is at play. We are stockpiling. Now, on one hand, I can get hand sanitizer, bleach, all those kind of things, but toilet paper, and it really like that is our pure expression of our anxiety, right? Our worries. And I totally get it, man. Totally get it. I opened my heart completely. In fact, this is what happens when fear or anxiety takes over. I could literally feel myself being pulled in that direction, feeling like, oh my God, I gotta get some toilet paper, And I turned the corner and Costco was completely out of toilet paper. And I could feel that anxiety inside. Oh my God, I gotta go get toilet paper. I gotta go to the next store, right? Our fears of not having enough take over. Like we're gonna be isolated. We're not gonna have any room. And all that fear is contagious. I could literally feel it in my body. The anxiety is contagious. And when we're stressed from these normal day-to-day stuff, these huge societal events, we're susceptible to whatever other people are doing. Our permeable bodies just pick up all this felt information, this body experience that's going on. So I certainly felt it myself. And in fact, yesterday my friend Excel sent me an article about this that some expert had written about toilet paper in the times of fear and how that's so primitive, right? It just grabs us. So this is what we need. Yes, we need toilet paper for sure, but it's hard because the quote unquote enemy is something that we don't see. We don't know where it is. So we don't know how it's going to affect us or how badly we'll be affected. So of course we're nervous, right? Of course we're all nervous. And what happens in any kind of traumatic situation, and certainly this is a traumatic situation, right, that we're in, we are impacted in a huge way. We catastrophize, we link together all the past fears that have happened, bad things that have happened with this present moment. And so it's hard. So we really need to have ourselves behind ourselves, right? The question is what to do. And as I was wheeling my cart through Costco, I was asking myself that very same question, I could feel that irresistible impulse to go and get as much toilet paper as I could. I wanted to get bleach. I wanted to get it all. I wanted to stockpile, right? We all know that. I could sense this kind of terror of something bad going to happen, something horrible going to happen, not just to me, but to everybody I love. And so, thank God, I have all this study and this work of the ancient yogis that taught us how to be with these kind of experiences, just like neuroscientists do today. Yes, we can feel that negativity moving through us, that fear impulse, and we have to learn how to slow it down. We need to learn how to do things a little bit differently and have a different response to it. So, how do we be a little bit more rational? How do we be with ourselves when fear hijacks us and takes over? How do we slow down? That's what happened to me. So, there I was in Costco watching my mind go crazy and reeling in my body. And so I had to do what I've had to do all these years, learn how to slow myself down. And that is that first really important thing, because when you watch yourself getting hooked like that, how can you slow down? How can you pause? Focus on your breath. That's what I had to do, focus on my breath. Instead of hypervigilantly studying out there what was going on, how can I be inside myself? Instead of my eyes reaching out there, turn my attention inward, landing back in my eye sockets. So you can literally feel, this is what I had to do, literally feel myself landing back in my body. And I was walking aimlessly through Costco, just landing back in my body. So that then we have to counter the fear and anxiety that's just driving through our systems, looking for a fight or to flee and get out of dodge, or to freeze and just withdraw, and get away and dissociate. We all have our different variations of what we do and how we do it. And so there are these two journeys we need to take. The first one is slow down so that we can, instead of being out there, learn how to be in here, breathing, noticing this present moment, being attentive to what's going on inside. And whatever way you do that, it's important. If you do it by running, exercising, if you do it by meditating, if you do it by singing, whatever helps you make that transition from out there to in there is all important, really, really important. And then, of course, the second important journey that we're going to take is being able to go from our fear-based patterns to consciously noticing our hearts, consciously attending. See what I just did? I just put my hand here on my heart. That might be exactly what you need to do to land here, the physical location of your body and your heart. Find the still cavern, the quietness of being inside your body, inside your heart, moving slowly back into that space between the back of the heart and the front of the spine. There's that little tiny psychic space that when we're there, we can actually slow down and breathe a tiny bit more, have a little bit more room. Instead of being all activated to move and go into our defensive patterns, we have some room in there. And then slowly we can inch our way back into connection with ourselves, instead of being driven by the fear patterns that are just physiologically and evolutionary encoded in us, but also be able to land in what feels better for us. So I have a whole bunch of videos and audios on this, and I'm going to keep posting about it because it's helpful for me to help me remember. But if you want a free guide on the safe guide that I put together, which is 28 pages of all kinds of ways to be in your body more safely, that you can do that on, let's see, the link is www.dfay.com/ or whatever that slash is, safe guide, and I'll put it here as well. So dfay.com / safe guide. And I also have something I just put together last night on how to practice and the importance of practicing deep relaxation, so that I can also send to you. So I want to get as much stuff as I can out to you and support you. And my heart is with you as we go through this, and keep trusting, and keep returning back to yourself.